to the next chapter.
East versus West.
East versus West.
Yeah.
The best promotion, in my point of view, it's I can tell you as a fan of the sport. I remember the times having this event, these previous events, that you have one big competition in year, and you're waiting, then the competition happened, great, but then it's nothing happened, and you putting these events in regular basis is for me a game changer. Every time I feel it's like it's birthday and Christmas at the same time. It's a great, it's a pleasure having the right people against each other, having a lot of matches, and having that every 2 months. It's a great. How did you become this idea in your head to become a promoter of the? How that happened?
I mean, first of all, I never had a dream. I never had a plan to do this kind of things. Never, ever. Like, it was never part of, like, I pulled 30 years, but I never thought of, like, someday I do this. I mean, but how it happened? It happened because of my love for arm wrestling. Like, people likes me or hates me, it doesn't matter. There is one single fact that everyone should accept, that I love arm wrestling. And
yeah,
whenever I saw during the pandemic, there was no international event. And
yeah, everything shut down.
Yeah, I wanted to like take action when like, I mean, the truth is, I'm not gonna be so super humble about it, but truth is, important is, when everything is going bad, that you show yourself and take responsibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. When everything is okay, I mean, everyone is just doing something, you know. The important was that when arm wrestling was dead, maybe if you remember or not, before East versus West, I organized 2021 March, 2021 April, I organized 2 events in Istanbul. You remember? When
The
Sasha,
pre-events of East versus West, actually.
yeah, I mean, but it was international. The Kazakhs were there, Mindagwas came, Irakli, Zrakashvili came, the other Georgian guy. Who was the other Georgian guy? Who with Andrei Kipriano, and yeah, the guy that beat John Berzink in the top 8 fight.
With the left.
Davutashvili.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davutashvili. And so, like, I pull with Viorel Dobrin. You know, that I did the best 78 kilo guys. You know,
yeah.
And like, I will tell you openly, I found a sponsor for my match with Viorel Dobrin. $1,000 for winner, $500 for the guy who loses. And I was in good form. I thought I was gonna beat him. So how I said that match, I said Sasha versus Irakli Zrakashvili match with the money that I was planning to win from that match. Otherwise, I was gonna put from my pocket. I said that, so I directly took from that match, and I just directly put to that.
So
match.
you are reinvesting in arm wrestling, everything you got.
Yeah, but at that time, as you see, no pay-per-view, no live broadcasting, nothing. You know, we just organized. I just wanted to keep the fire, you know, because I gave my life, and arm wrestling was dead, you know. So the next month again, I did it. Again, the same 78 kilo, 8 guys in super matches. Maybe you remember Mazgan Shamiev and Bojidar Simenopoulos with left arm. Anyway, so after that, so I thought that let's do something, you know. And then on the arm wrestling Engin group, you know, I was asking what can we do international. At that time, Matt Mask and Hermes Gasparini was going to pull. You know, I said let's do that in my city, you know, Yalova. And then I said Sarah Beckman, Irina Drieva, Hajimrat Zolev, Tata Chinks, Matt Mask, Hermes Gasparini. I pull Arthur Makarov, Bojidarpul, Tony Kitovsky. So that was the first East versus West event.
First
The guys
event.
from here and the guys from there. And then again, there was nothing, we didn't do pay-per-view, nothing, but it was just people were like happy. And some months later, I was like, how I can do that, like regularly, so that I can also cover this, and then people supported with the t-shirt idea, signed t-shirt idea. I don't know how I started all that, but the Joshua, Dustin Grant, Herman Stevens, and Raymond Liepins, and Derek Smith, these guys at the beginning, they just really help. They still, up to today, anytime I need their help, they are still helping. And then, so Devon Lara suggested me to contact for sports. And then that is how we started. So I did it. People said it's good. The reason is that, my friend, just bring the best arm wrestling fan in the world. That say that this is the like best, like how do you say, like hardcore. I am at least as much as him. The same level arm wrestling fan. And in the past, if you follow all those years, I was the most active guy on the social media during the Northeast message board. Engin
Every
Denizli'den.
time.
I
Oh,
was doing I was doing the world rankings. If you remember, some
yes,
people.
yes.
The other day, somebody just came and he was like, "Oh, he's like, I don't even know who he is. He has like 1,390 subscribers. He's like, we made you who you are today. Nobody knew about you." And I
What?
was, he told me that as a social media guy, they made that me who I am today. Before that, I didn't involve in arm wrestling. This was I know what you're feeling, because the last 20 years of arm wrestling, and whenever you hear that, I know you're laughing. I was like, what the hell? Who are you? Just
He he
ask
he's he's
Ramdev,
not
ask
gonna have a
Kevin, if I just, I am just laughing, like crazy, when I was organizing John Burzing versus Arsen, John Burzing versus Krasimir,
or
Travis.
Travis against Liliev.
Yeah, yeah, he is. That there are. The problem about this organizing this event, you need to deal with this kind of people on regular basis. 98%, I can say, like people are like, with common sense, but there are some people. They are just like out of their mind. They don't know what they are. The guy, I never heard of his name. He said that they made me who I am today. Just like, what are you talking about? I mean,
Yeah,
just
you always have a strange guys from the as soon you are involved with social media and you are famous. Of course, you have critics, but I think it's up to you to control your emotion and if you want to spend time to talk about these people or not.
no.
But anyways, Engin, East versus West for are you satisfied? Did you enjoy do you have time to enjoy the matches after that, or you are on the pressure the whole time?
I can't really enjoy. My responsibility puts me to a point that I can't get relaxed and enjoy. Of course, but that's something behind your head is always there. Like you are, if everything went good, you are responsible for what's happening there. You understand? So
Yeah.
you can't be just like relax and enjoy, because I am type of guy that, as you know, I won my first Worlds in '94, last Worlds in 2018. You need to really learn something and then get a progress, if you want to be successful. So it's the same with this organizing these events as well. After the event, I'm not like this. What a great job I did,
Yeah, it's not
No,
even
do you know what I do? Where did I make mistake? What are the mistakes? Oh, these are the mistakes. I should fix them so that it wouldn't happen again the next time. So my main focus is to progress arm wrestling, because arm wrestling is not at the level that it deserves to be. Arm wrestling should be in much higher places, much higher places. So now I have opportunity in the community, I'm not the only one that who is holding the flag in this flag race. There are a lot of people, but if they give me a flag as well, then I need to run as fast as possible. This is an opportunity for the sport, not for me. For me, I can, you believe or not, I can stop anytime. Anytime I can stop. It's just every morning I'm getting up with super headache. I see someone silly, stupid doing on social media, writing this. I'm like, do I need this? Do I need this? No. And then I look at other people. Okay, Engin, you can't be focusing only a few idiots. There are 100 times more people at the other side are saying that go, continue, we support you, make arm wrestling bigger than what it is today, at least in your way. So then that's why I continue. But if anybody is thinking that like I'm dependent on this or something, I'm not. But I love arm wrestling and I want to do even more than what I do today. But I realize that to do more than what I do today, maybe the community is not big enough, ready to do more. The community is limited and the sponsor is limited. So you cannot just go all with your dreams, whatever I want to do. You cannot, you need to, calculate
Step by
everything.
step, growing,
Yeah,
getting better,
yeah. But
involving.
I realize that we are not ready for the next step. We are not big enough.
Mhm.
That's what I am thinking. But I love, to serve, um, make people happy in the community because what I do is what I always love. I'm making my own dream matches, and people always like. I see that whenever I make a card, they are like, "Okay, where is this guy? Where is that guy? Where is that guy? Where is this guy? Where is that guy?" I mean, I don't think there is any event in the world in any. And do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the phone call came, so I just
Mm.
there is any sport discipline that would bring you all the best in the world in one event, every event. There's no possibility for that.
No,
And then
it's not
we need to
possible.
realize that this is not a computer game. This is not a PlayStation that you choose the characters and then bring them. These guys need to rest. These guys needs to heal up. I mean, that is not. I mean, of course, that what I'm just saying that the East versus West five altogether was to me was a very good event. But we can't really make it better and better and better and better of that. Then you can also bring Levan and Dennis Pool in the same event. Then there is nothing beyond that. But that is not always
Mhm.
possible. So
Yeah, you can see even UFC, and if you want to compare us, our sport or the way that we are going, probably with the super heavyweight, waterweight, lightweight, pay-per-view events, which are every 2 months.
3 months we
Um,
can say 3 months. Only this one is 2 months because this is the new year beginning. So we choose because King of the
mm,
Table wants to do in February. They didn't
mm,
do the fourth event last year.
mm,
I mean this
mm,
year.
mhm.
So I just put it to either I was gonna start from March or January. So I started from January. But if you look at this year, we had February, May, August, November. So we did every 3 months. Yeah.
Yes, every 3 months.
Yeah.
Um, how difficult is to negotiate with 30% every time for is how are the arm wrestler in negotiating with you? Do you have some tough times with some
Sometimes,
athletes and with other maybe not? How is that
yeah,
going?
yeah, yeah. As you just said, with some athletes it may be harder. Some athletes it's easier, and but this is how we are, the human beings, and we all are different, and so important is to understand each other, to understand their reasons, them to understand my reasons, and then at the end, we serve arm wrestling all together. And I'm telling you, you know, I'm gonna continue organizing as long as the community supports me. And this is when I say community, it is not limited with the fans. It also includes athletes, everyone. I serve them and they support me. We continue, and then it will go as long as it goes that way. But yeah, as you said, it is sometimes hard, sometimes easy. Sometimes it's very, very hard because it is not only something between I and them, that sometimes it is between the athletes. Some says like for example, I will give you an example. Like I and I made an agreement with Zok and Alijan Murado, but it was before. It was 90 kilo. We were gonna do that in November, but after, honestly, you know, after Zok versus
Dedican.
Dadikan match, I said, you know, hey, Oleg, you know, it would be better if we do this in January because I mean that was very dominant way of loss. We just need to and wait a little bit. He said yes, let's yeah, he understand. And then we made the official weight classes, so it was like 85, 95, 105. And during that time, Alijan Muradov had to compete the super heavyweight category because he didn't compete the Kazakhstan nationals. And the only empty spot, available spot in the Kazakh team was the super heavyweight, while he was less than 100 kilo for sure.
Yeah, and he destroyed them.
And he competed there. To compete there, he also gained. And then we made the official weight class 85, 95. And then when I said Alijan, like how this how we agree, he said he cannot go below 95. And then I said, Oleg, what do you say? He said he's not gonna go over 90.
Mm-hmm.
95, 90, 95, 90. So they couldn't make agreements, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had to cancel the match because I'm not gonna put gun to their head and say you're gonna go 95 or
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go 90. I mean, so you couldn't. This is only an example. So I mean, so
Do you
Alijan,
have some big black table where you're putting all names from the athletes? How did you connect the all possibilities?
at the beginning, I was doing everything from the mind, and of course, cell phone. But then later, I have 60 centim to 90 centim the boards, and
Mhm.
I started with one of them. It's right hanging there in front of me, and when I realized that one is not enough, so as of now I have three of them on the wall. Each of them 60 centim to 90 centim. And I don't know if you saw or something, but Herman Stevens made the meme. You know, the guy, like a crazy professor with the pen in his hand, and he's showing all the formulas, you know, on the
Yes,
wall.
on
You know,
the I know
and
this maybe.
he
Yeah.
wrote there that Engin is preparing for East versus West 5. And like whenever I saw, I laughed because it is even more than that. There was one. I have three of them with all the expenses, the airplane, hotel, the airport transfer, food, the video camera, you know, the athletes, you know, like yeah, I mean, it's and then once one finish, the other one starts. One finish, the other one starts. One
Yeah,
finish, the other one starts.
I think you're not sleeping well after the event until you have the next card set up.
Yeah, you are right, unfortunately. But this time had to happen because there was only 2 months in between. From the 5th to 6th, there was only two months. So I had to do that. And you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But for the April, I did not set even single match. I am thinking that it's not a good idea to do that because something in between happening and then the match is losing its attraction.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
It must happen soon. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You need to wait
El
a little.
Engin, where do you see arm wrestling in the next 5 to 10 years in your mind? How do you see arm wrestling in the next What is your vision for the sport? And
It totally depends on in whose control the arm wrestling is at the high level. Do you understand my point? Yeah. I mean, who are serving the sport? Because it will all depend on the one who is at the top level serving arm wrestling, their vision. What do they look for? Do they look for entertainment of the, with the, some already popular guys, or do they have a plan to make arm wrestling grow, give chances to unknown people, make categories and make serious rankings? Like, I mean, do you understand? It's all up to the vision of the organizers. I'm not pointing this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. I do not know who will be doing in next 10 years, because you said next 5 or 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
Whoever is serving to arm wrestling at that point, I don't know if it's gonna be me or someone else. We don't know that. So whoever is serving arm wrestling, the thing will shape according to their vision.
But let's say you are this one of these personalities shaping the sport. What is your vision?
Also up to how successful I am. My vision is just to bring it to the crazy levels, like UFC level. I know it may not be that good,
okay,
but as good as possible with I mean, like 10 times, 20 times, 50 times bigger than today, whatever.
Okay, building the characters, growing the sport. Then you have a great card for the next event. Which match is gonna be for you? Very excited to see. I can tell you. I will start, and then
you tell me. I'm the organizer. How can I say that this match is more, that much is less?
Okay, I will tell you which match excites me a lot. It's, of course, Georgi from Bulgaria, who is facing probably the most difficult style stylistically for him, Jerry.
Yes. You are Bulgarian originally?
Yes.
And yeah, but you live in Germany?
I live in Germany long years, yeah.
But you are still, right?
Yeah, at the moment I'm in Germany, yes.
Yeah. How do you see that match? I kind of think that if Georgi can keep his elbow on the pad, not pulling so out, I kind of think that it will not be an easy match.
I think that Georgi is. I think the people don't realize how strong Georgi is. Georgi is very, very strong. He had some health conditions. He got surgery. He is now lighter but looks stronger. In Antalya, he was sick. He has some cold, but was still competing with the right hand. In Bulgaria, he is absolutely dominating the right hand. Nobody is close to his right hand.
No, it
but
wasn't.
Stylistically,
he was very good, but Arif had opinion on him as well.
Yeah, but now he's very strong, and the style, this is the problem. He has this pronated top row, not really supported with the strong side. I don't know. I think he will have really tough time against Jerry. I would love to see him winning.
He's better against the top rollers. He's better against the top rollers.
He's much better than against the top rollers.
Yeah. But if he trains as he needs, then it can be. I mean, do you expect an easy match?
No way.
I expect an easy match. Yeah, I expect a long match. I expect a long match, but for Georgi to win this, he really needs to pull in the right way. Only pulling back may make him count on his brachyradialis, and his brachyradialis may not be may not have enough endurance against Jerry, because Jerry can pull that way forever. Once he gets his position, he is in winning position, he can stay there. This is what he has been doing almost for 30 years. And
Uh,
of course, Georgi also has a very long past, but he didn't pull someone like Jerry all the time, while Jerry has been pulling against top rollers all the time, all the
mhm.
time, all the time. I mean, for Jerry to do this against the top rollers is almost as natural as you walking on in the park, you know.
Yeah,
While how many people really have experience against someone like Jerry? I mean,
not.
there isn't like
There is
in that,
only
that
one
group already,
Jerry.
there is no one. You know, Jerry, who is the best top roller ever? You will hear 10 different names. Who is the best hook puller in the history? You will hear 10 different names. Who is the best dead wrist pressure guy?
Jerry.
Trust me, 98% of the people will say is Jerry Caderet. Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I am just saying that this guy is best at what he is doing, and only going with back pressure alone, it will be a problem. But if I don't know what kind of preparation Georgi will do, maybe he will be training more side pressure for
Yeah,
that.
I hope he's smart enough to find the right sparring partners and the right methods, and we will see. That's why everybody should get the pay-per-view and see this amazing match. Then ONGARBAYEV against Michael Todd is something that I really have difficult time to imagine
Imagine.
how that's gonna go. It
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. But we all know, first of all, we all know that Ongarbayev has very good endurance. Secondly, we all know that Ongarbayev can pull in almost any position until he is dominated in everywhere, like John did to him in round one. But when you see him versus Alex Kurdecha, that you can see that this guy can pull. And I don't think that Michael will have a position like this against him. He will be more likely this. So I think we are gonna. Do you expect any kind of domination from either side?
if there is gonna be domination, I tend to believe that Michael could be the one who is dominating.
Michael is
Because
dominating.
Michael is dominating because if you remember his match against Levas, the first
Who?
round, Michael Todd against the huge Georgian Levas heißt er.
Revas, Revas,
Ja,
Revas. Yeah.
Revas, genau. He was very comfortable the first round, was controlling everything.
Mhm.
And I think that ONGARBAYEV is not so powerful from the real pure power. And I will be not surprised if Michael is able to, with his different angle of pulling. I don't know.
Do
It's
you
really
think that?
tough match to predict.
Do you think that like the 280, 290 Michael and 240 Michael about the horsepower? Maybe he's now healthier, he will be faster and everything, but do you think that he will have the same horsepower like when he was a super heavyweight?
Maybe not absolutely the same, but I don't think he will lose so much power that we are gonna see Michael, different Michael. I
So you
really
are saying
believe
that
that.
he will be 20 kilo lighter, but he may be even the same exact guy.
Not the same, but not a completely different guy, which
Mhm.
we never saw. And Michael is not pulling for the. This is not the first time Michael is pulling on light weight. He did it he has good matches. Even with the time that he beat. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but the time that he beat Devon at WOW, he was lighter.
I think he was minimum 120 kilo.
120. It's
That's
gonna be
as
great.
light as you can see Michael lately.
What is your take on John against Irakli?
I can write you so many different scenarios, but the question is, what kind of shape are they gonna bring?
I have an interview with Ron Bat yesterday, and Ron told me that John make the stem cells therapy now. They were together in Louisiana, and if they did it for 2 weeks, then in January that maybe could make the difference. John could feel his shoulder healthier and be even better.
Did he tell you in which areas they did to John the stem cell?
No, no, exactly. Ron told me about his issue. He did it in the pectoralis and his biceps on the left. He injured his biceps on the left side.
Yeah, I don't know, my friend. I don't know. But Iraqi that we saw lately was between 95 to 100 kilo. I talked with Irakli. He said he is 110 kilo right now. I don't know. Listen, these guys are growing. These guys are like at the age of 50, 55, 45, you can only try to catch your best. You will never be better than your best. That's not the case for the Irakli. That's not the case for ONGARBAYEV. That's not the case for Morozov. So, and especially when this guy grows 10 kilo heavier, I really do not know what he's gonna bring there. I, after he lost against Tatashins, he he said, Engin, can you come down to do those warm-up table? He said, what am I doing wrong? I said, my friend, you are just pulling, only pulling, pulling. The guy is putting with whole body pressure, and you are trying to stop that with pulling. But he is able to, because you are not doing anything about his angles that is allowing him to do the pressure. So what you need to do, you need to use your wrist more to stop the coordination between shoulder and hand, so he cannot put so much pressure. You are trying to protect your arm only by pulling with your arm, while your hand is not doing anything to your opponent's angle to lessen the pressure he is doing, so that your arm can have less pressure. Why would you need to stop all the pressure with your brachyradialis and your lat? You understand?
Yeah,
Once you do this,
I understand very
the guy
well
will go
because I
this,
have the
and then
the
how are
same
you going to do?
problem as an arm wrestler. I am losing probably the same way,
Yeah, so
not
this is what I'm saying, that yeah, you
controlling the
need to
pronator.
that you need to, the pressure is not coming the guys from the hand or something. The hand can only curl. The pressure that is going down to your arm is coming from this angle. And then once you cut this angle, turn the pronator, and especially after you turn, if you roll a little bit his bicep angle, you make the angle like this, how much pressure the guy can put on you. You only focus in more, he pulls, and then you pull, and then you have nothing here. You have nothing here. You are incredibly strong, but this is a muscle. You cannot have stop all the joint pressure. That's how potassium speed him. So I told him that you need to focus on, more, this. And then after that, he went to pull Barboza, and then he was gonna pull Krasimir. And then we had an interview with both guys, and he said, and since that time, I have been doing whatever you told me to do. And I'm doing less of these trainings and more table with the right way of pulling. And I said, listen, right now you are here very strong because you trained for many years. So don't stop training this, and don't do only so light. You still train, but also do this together. Because after a point, because I'm not training here, this will get weaker too, So we need to balance everything, because you concentrate one place, you shouldn't forget the other one. So you need to always look at the big picture. Just because you are successful now, it may not go that long. So he said that he has been doing this, and after that, if he still continued that way on his hand, wrist, everything, it can be very dangerous. But if he would just pull like this, he did against Tatashings, John will beat him. But if he had this and this, then there's a possibility Irakli to win. But again, how can I know their current shape right now? How can I
Mhm.
know what they are going to bring to the table? So that I can only know the possibilities, and then as you say, as we say, the strength will say the last word.
Um,
How do
Adam
you see it?
Wojcinski is one of the new faces from the last event, and I was following this guy as soon I saw some videos on YouTube from the US Championships, maybe 2 years before now. I saw him, and I have developed some eye for the hands of the people, and I recognize his genetic potential, the way he's pulling and I was so happy to see that you give him the opportunity for the bright uh, stage to show up to show his talent. It was great that you invite him, and I really can't wait to see him again in
He
the
said that
future events.
April is better for him, so I'm gonna invite him for April, and that is the reason I'm telling you, my friend. It is not that I am being like boasting myself or something, but I know arm wrestling. I know how these guys feel. I know what should be done. If you see a guy that is giving hopes, you give him opportunity, then he will have more experience. He will be more motivated. And then, like now he went, he wrote to me that, like he is having so many messages that, people are um, like supporting him, congratulating him. You see the motivation. So now, because you go overseas, you win, and then you are like a national hero. You defeated a world champion, and so these guys, I'm telling you, deserve much more than this. So, but I'm doing my best.
To give you
And
this
yes,
opportunity.
yes, to that guy or to any other guy, like I want people to know these guys. I want people to uh, because people, sorry, but I mean, before pandemic, the whole world was turning around. Just say 10 guys, some guys from Pile, some guys from the Wild, and then everything was turning around those 10 people. You understand what I'm saying? The whole about those things, like. So that is why I do the interviews with these guys, so they can express themselves. So it is
Mhm.
not because people only know about what they do at the table, they can also get to know their personality. And I also want to mention something. I am a fan of lightweight arm wrestling. And
Me too. I'm
whenever,
lightweight arm wrestling, and I
yeah,
love the speed,
whenever,
the technique.
whenever I do organize an event, that I'm not worried about covering the events like I did in 2021 March, 2021 April. You saw that I did top 78, like top 8 or 78 category. I did
Christo
two.
was even pulling there.
Risto was there, Yusuf was there, Mindagos was there, Mazgan Shami, Mazgan didn't compete. Halgat Akdev was there, Emrah was there, Murat Varham was there, Daniel Prokopchuk was there. So what I just tried to say, that I am not worried. But if just imagine if most of the guys here at the East versus West was lightweight guys, trust me, I cannot cover the events. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So that is not only up to me. I want to, I'm telling you, balance everything. I want to give people chance. At the same time, I need to cover the events, while just bring new guys and fans will get to know about them. So I'm doing many things, just balance as much as I can. Um, but about the lightweight guys, whenever I organized there, the financially covering the event was not my worry. So I was doing that. Now I need to give people what they want to see, plus these guys. But the lightweight guys, when I give them chance, most of the time they are not using this opportunity very well. It is very normal that they are getting paid less than just say some superstars heavyweight guys. Maybe because of that, they may be thinking that okay, those guys are getting the paid, let them do promotion. But that is a wrong way of judging the things. They are popular already. He shares a picture, 10,000 people likes. You share a people, 100 people likes. It is not there. It is your opportunity. Use this stage to become popular. So
Mhm.
you need to build your social media, use the East versus West, and then just make a story of yourself, and then
Yeah,
have a
best example
fan
is
base.
Ryan, Ray,
Yeah,
the faces of the arm wrestling on the social media. Good athletes compare with charismatic personality. Um, yeah, but that all takes time. I think
no,
my
it's
vision for
about
the
taking
sport.
time. It's about what they are doing right now. They are not many of them. They are not doing their best. That is not good. It's not for me. It's for them. I want them to use this opportunity to create a fan base so that more they are popular, also the things will get better for them too.
Yeah,
You
of course.
understand my point? I'm only serving. I'm organizing the best match.
Hmm.
I'm doing the world title for 75 kilo, world title for 85 kilo. But like, just look at the UFC. Look at McGregor. Look at Habib. Look at boxing in Mayweather. 20 years ago, lightweight, they would say who, or 30 years ago who. Now
Now they are the
I look at
most.
them. They have the most followers. They make the most money. Why? Because this 70 kilo guy, 154-pound guy.
It's the
Yeah,
personality. It's
yeah,
the interest on the people.
yeah. But that is what I am just saying, that lightweight arm wrestling, in my opinion, about generally all the quality we bring is even higher than the heavyweight.
Hmm.
And but nobody really knows about them. They are not really fans of them. It is only because they don't really express themselves enough. I'm not
Enough.
criticizing them. I'm just saying that they need to really, like, how to say, they really need to express themselves, because I'm fan of them. I'm fan of them. I'm fan of Mindaugas. I'm fan of Daniel Prokopchuk. I'm fan of Yanis Amolians. Why would other people not be? It is because I know them. But
Hmm.
I judge mostly from the arm wrestling perspective, pure arm wrestling perspective. But the world, they don't know much about them as
Hmm.
I do. So they also need to see the character, you
That's
know.
why my channel is here to bring these people, to speak with these people, to express them, to bring to ask the question, to bring the story, to bring the best of them. That's why I have some interviews with athletes from Bulgaria, people who are speaking English and trying to get more out of them for the
Mhm,
audience.
mhm.
We're very long here with you, Engin. Thank you. Last question. Do you want to say something to the new athletes and also new arm wrestling fans joining the sport now? Something about the future or something?
I don't know. I can only tell if they don't know much about arm wrestling. I can tell them that arm wrestling is one of the oldest and the best sports in the world. And more they will get to know about it, more they realize that how difficult it is. This is not like you do this. you will understand, they will understand that how many muscle groups in that arm and even upper arm and everything, even legs are used, and that how hard it is to coordinate all those muscle groups, and how arm wrestling is the most explosive sport, and how it can become a marathon if the strength level is very close. And I mean, once they realize this, once they give time to understand all this, they will realize how beautiful sport arm wrestling is, and they will become hardcore fan. I believe that if they are interested in the combat sport, this is a good one. That um, you don't hit someone, you don't hurt someone. I mean, you don't. I mean, you don't. There are sometimes injuries, but there any sport, even basketball, even football.
They are
I
not
mean,
comparable. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they are.
Brain injury, spine injury.
Yeah. Anything can happen in the sport, but you don't actually try to injury or hurt someone to win. You don't do that. So that's why I call this a combat sport without uh, real violence.
Mhm.
And so I would suggest this to everyone. And arm wrestling is a sport that, I mean, a physically like limited, disabled person, there's a possibility him to beat, win against a guy who has no physical
That's a good
disability.
point.
Yeah, I mean, there is no, I don't see any other sport that a physical disabled guy in a combat sport, physical combat sport, is becoming number one in the world. In arm wrestling, you can. I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ladies
it's
and
beautiful.
gentlemen, Engin Terzi, the legend. From my side, Engin, thank you for your time. Thank you for
I
all
thank you very
your
much.
effort putting into the sport and bringing it to the next level, beating every event, making better event. You're a great guy. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with me. It was
Your
a
kindness,
pleasure.
your kindness. Thank you for being a hardcore arm wrestling fan. Thank you for loving arm wrestling, and thank you for you knowing about arm wrestling, and more knowledgeable the person I'm talking, more useful I am. And I think that this was a program like this. Thank you for inviting again.
Thank you very much.